Hey, what's up, guys? The clock is ticking right now for the cryptocurrency markets. We're getting closer and closer to something happening, whether rate cuts is going to be the spark that makes a big move, or perhaps it's the falling dollar index. More on that in a second. But lots of big things coming in the cryptocurrency markets. We got macro news today. We got altcoin news. It's going to be a good time, guys. Make sure to stick around for all the goods. Plus, answer your questions second half of the stream. Let's get it. So, first and foremost, it's quite fascinating to think about where we are right now. Mr. Crypto shared this, the Google Trends. We have had a tiny uptick recently, but just think about that. The total amount of people. There's no normie interest right now in crypto compared to 2017. That's just for Bitcoin. Maybe if you look at some different trends, you might see some different statistics. You look at Solana or meme coins or whatever, sure. But Bitcoin really has always been the tip of the spear in terms of liquidity. And when Bitcoin breaks beyond 72K, gets up to 100K, this then goes crazy. And when we see huge readings on the search trends, that starts to become a signal that, okay, maybe things are really starting to get heated up here. We are trending up slightly at the moment, but the key thing here is that we're still early in this moment, right? That the key part of the cycle has not yet happened. Now, again, we always have to bring in the caveat with all the macro insanity going on and all this fear in the market. You could see things be derailed compared to what our hopes for a cycle might look like. But chances are the best part of the market cycle is still ahead of it. And here's why. Chris here sharing, long story short, ultimately, we will see the DXY continue lower while Bitcoin and the S&P 500 continue higher. In spite of what your doom posters are posting out there, the thesis has not changed. It's very interesting. I've got a great video breaking down the DXY and its correlation, or should I say inverse correlation, with crypto markets coming later today, about 12 hours from now, something like that. So watch out for that. It's highly informative. But this is the clock is ticking part. As the dollar index continues to slide, it puts wind in the sails for risk assets, Bitcoin stocks. How much higher stocks go? Who knows? Will Bitcoin catch up at some point? Likely, now that most of these overhang issues are cleared out. Still, though, this moment will not last forever, okay? It won't. They never do. They never do. And hey, guys, at least we got Vitalik back bull posting. Welcome back to the party, Vitalik. He's been told he needs to do less philosophizing and more bull posting. So here's a bull post. Ethereum is good. It's true. It's true, Vitalik. We like Ethereum. ETH over $2 billion now coming to spot ETF since its launch in 4 weeks. For context, if viewed cumulatively, that $2 billion would equal a top 4 ETF launch this year. But Ethereum ETFs are a failure. On its own, iShares Ethereum ETF top 7 ETF launch. Pretty crazy to think about, isn't it? Look, I know that right now we've had very little Wall Street interest in these Ethereum products. They came out at a weird time in the market. The SEC killed the hype that should have been a nice continuation from the initial approval. No, none of that stuff. It wait 6 weeks before listing and blah, 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 right? But that money will swing back around at some point. The products are there. There has been inflows, just not the kind of inflows we would like to see. Certainly nothing comparable to what we saw with Bitcoin, right? Henrik here still calling. No soft landing is coming. The recession is coming, but first a blow off top. S&P 500 up to 6,300, which is not that crazy high from where we are right now. We are almost back up to retest the previous high if we were to get up to 6,300. I mean, that's a decent move still for the S&P 500. It's only 12%. Big move for the S&P 500, but for context, that's about the move we had from the lows recently. So we'll see. Look, there's definitely a lot of things economically that have got the market on edge, and it will continue to be on edge until we either get past this or we get a recession, one or the other. Kabezi letter saying U.S. job additions revised by 818,000 lower. Largest downward revision since 2009. U.S. unemployment rate is up to 4.3%, highest since 2021, although the unemployment rate could have been affected again by the hurricane. And just because job addition numbers have been revised lower, there's still a total, I believe, of 1.6 million extra jobs that have been created. So it's not like that's in a massive negative territory. It's just not as big as it was said to have been. And the unemployment number is not affected by this, from my understanding. So it's just that it's not that people have lost all those jobs, just that fewer jobs are created than were officially reported. Government cooking the numbers. Who would imagine? 5 out of less 6 job reports now revised lower. A record number of Americans are now working multiple jobs. U.S. dollars lost 5% of its purchasing power for 4 years. 11% of credit card balances in the U.S. are now delinquent, highest in over a decade. How is this a soft landing? Jerome Powell, come on, man. Let's get some Fed rate cuts here, buddy. It's about time. Here's a great chart. Bit of hopium for you, okay, to counter the doomer posts. Check this one out. Neste sharing last 2 cycles. It took 5 months from halving to new cycle high. Uptober is loading. Uptober, let's go. Let's go. Yes. I'm all on board for Uptober, baby. Let's do it. What's interesting is you look at path parallels from Bitcoin halving to eventual supply shock to eventual price appreciation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's very interesting how much correlation we start getting with potentially seeing at least a first major market peak, probably sometime in Q1. Right? And is that going to be the peak? Hard to say. You know, it's quite curious to think back to 2021. Essentially, this second rally to 69K, that was almost in a way a bear market rally. According to the Pi cycle top indicator, the top came in April. Right? You could have sold in April, walked away, and been totally happy. Didn't have to put up with all that drama, man. If we get Uptober, then what? Usually we get, last cycle we got about 6 months or something like that from the time we broke highs until the time we hit the peak price, at least for 64K. I know it's 69K much later after essentially a mini bear market in the middle. But let's say we get that plus the DXY. Previous losses, again, we're going to talk about this more in the video tonight, but previous losses of the 200-week exponential moving average for the dollar index have seen about 6 to 8, 9 months before the bottom is reached and the markets top out, right? Hey, let's do a real quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Control Wallet. So this is being brought to you from the guys who made the X DeFi wallet, a wallet that in itself had loads of innovative features, but they are going the next step now by bringing out the Control Wallet. So with the Control Wallet, you are going to be able to basically get on everything. They've got all the blockchains, I think like 1,800 supported chains, which is insane. I didn't know there was that many chains out there, but it's going to let you do your Bitcoin from one wallet, your Solana from the same wallet, your Cosmos from the same wallet, all your EVM compatible chains, whether it be Ethereum, layer 2 stuff like Base, Avalanche, whatever. They got it covered. All the tokens, all the NFTs, super comprehensive wallet. And they're also bringing additional features like the ability to create a wallet with your Google sign-in or your X sign-in, for example, not just using your passphrase, which, you know, is going to be good for some users, but not all users, maybe. Certainly for a hot wallet, you know, you might want to have the passphrase versus a login, but still pretty cool option. Nevertheless, makes it easier to onboard normies into the market. And they even have a universal gas tank. So you can load that up with USDC or with the XDeFi token and then use that to pay gas across all chains. So instead of having to have $5 on Mantle and $5 on Linea and $5 on ZK Sync and $5, you can at least know how it is, okay, if you're using a lot of chains, which I do. I don't know. I probably used 50 chains this year. Yeah, maybe 30, let's say, but definitely a lot of chains this year. It's pretty crazy. So it definitely makes it nice to have a universal gas experience. Plus all the X DeFi that is used and gathered in fees. There's a massive burn of that. So there's also that too. Anyway, if you want to check out the Control Wallet, there's a wait list they got going on for their new Control mobile wallet. Okay, so link down below in the description. Thank you for supporting our sponsors, and thanks to Control again for sponsoring today's video. So Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin. Crypto Night says it's a very normal amount of tabs for Lark. I know. This is all the news, guys. This is all the news. But I probably have, I don't know, 3 other windows with that many tabs open. Got a good computer. Anyway, besides the point. So, market once again. The timeline this morning when I woke up, oh my gosh, we're over $61,000. Let's all go mega long. It's time. It's happening. It's real. Once again, everybody getting mega bullish into resistance. Got to be careful out there, guys. Look, I, as much as everyone else, wants to see Bitcoin just slice through this shit, man. Just like, boom, hot knife through butter. Let's go. Hasn't happened yet. Okay, so people keep getting very, very excited every little couple percent move, right? Right into resistance. Like, oh, hey, look, the price is grinding into the 50-day EMA. Let's go long. No, you need to wait for it to conquer that, okay? One or the other, all right? You either short from here if you see it starting to get rejected, or you long from here when you see it get accepted. Don't long into resistance, guys. Come on. Anyway, that being said, this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say 5th rejection from the 50-day EMA so far. Still holding on, of course, to the 200-day EMA, which is nice. MACD bull cross, still uptrending on the MACD. Fantastic. But we need to conquer this level before anybody gets overly excited, okay? Take out these moving averages, and then we can start talking about potentially getting our run up to 72K. And when we get our run up to 72K, that's when the real fireworks happen, guys. Until then, I mean, you got to just keep it real. And I know I keep reiterating this, but I think it's worth reiterating. Until we see this box taken out, we're ranging. We're ranging, okay? As much as you may not want to hear that. That's the truth. Okay. Now, we already have people, of course, also talking about seasonality in the crypto markets. September's going to be a bad month. Hard to say. Hard to say. I think it's interesting, the monthly here for Bitcoin. Let's just find the month there real quick. The monthly for Bitcoin, currently red. But if we can get up over $65,000, we'll turn a green month. That would be quite interesting to see. No idea if that happens in the next week or not. But August also usually pretty lame month. As you can see, September also usually a pretty lame month. It's like everyone's on the beach in August. Nobody cares. Everyone's on the Amalfi Coast, screwing around, whatever. Not buying crypto coins like this should be, right? September, on the other hand, everyone's just getting back to work, got to catch up, blah, 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 blah. Maybe later in September, things start taking off. Everyone gets excited. It's quite funny, actually, with Tom Lee was talking about this the other day. I saw he mentioned some on CNBC or something, that in terms of seasonality, the first week of August tends to be one of the worst weeks in the market for the year. That's what happened this year. Everyone's on holiday, man. There's no liquidity. There's no one to pump up the coin prices. It's nuts. Anyway, we'll see if September ends up being a bad month. We got a rate cuts coming, baby. Come on. The rate cuts are coming. Let's go. Maybe we just have to wait to October. October, by the way, usually a very good month. So let's see how it plays out this time. Max, because BTC pointing out there's only one way in which this year-long range resolves itself. It was always going to end like this. To the pump, let's go. It was written in the stars. I dig that chart. That's the kind of bull energy we need, man. I dig it. Titan crypto. Got some bull posts in here as well. Cup and handle pattern for Bitcoin weekly charts here, of course. Are we ready to go for a massive breakout that will carry us to 100K, potentially beyond? Let's see. Now let's talk politics. Don't throw anything, guys. Come on. We're going to be okay. Crypto politics, okay? Man, the amount of people who just get utterly triggered talking politics stuff. Anyway, I don't really care at the end of the day who gets voted for in the USA. I can't vote. I don't care. But if we're talking about the conversation around crypto regulation and crypto policy in the world's most important economy becomes relevant for everybody, right? Kamala Harris saying she will support policies to expand the crypto industry. There's been a lot of talk of inroads towards making some kind of like reach out, like a crypto reset and whatever, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see, right? I think that the 4 years of the Biden administration have been terrible for the cryptocurrency industry overall. Been massive regulations and just crazy oversight and overly antagonistic SEC going after Coinbase and stuff like this. It's ridiculous beyond belief. Eleanor Tourette coming in here saying Harris campaign advisor Brian Nelson said that Kamala Harris will support policies that ensure emerging technologies can continue to grow. She still probably yelled at for pointing this out, but he didn't actually say the words crypto or digital assets. Just that sort of industry. Do these really sound like the people who are going to come to save the crypto industry with regulations? Not that the crypto industry is saved. I mean, look, Bitcoin don't need no politicians, man. Doesn't. But common sense policies that encourage instead of stifle the industry will be good for everybody everywhere. That's not what I'm sure a Kamala presidency would deliver on, to be honest. Very interesting update as well. RFK Jr., massive Bitcoiner. He is rumored to be dropping out in order to support Trump, which probably is going to get him some kind of cabinet position or something else. I don't know. Just another Bitcoiner potentially being in the next administration. Remember, Trump himself owns Ethereum, JD Vance, who I could even see RFK Jr. gonna, knocking JD out and saying, hey, man, we're going to run this ticket together. That would be very interesting. I have no idea what's going to happen, but just more actual pro-crypto people. The Republican side, again, I know people get super triggered, but I'm a Democrat, or the Republicans are terrible, whatever. Okay. Look, from a pure crypto perspective here, one party is definitely talking the talk and even walking the walk in terms of literally owning these. Kamala doesn't have Bitcoin, does she? She doesn't have Ethereum. She hasn't sold her own NFTs. No. Mickey Bull Crypto altcoin speculation index is at its lowest point, which usually represents a big opportunity for altcoin season preparation. The ball is in your court, he says. It's interesting to see where these charts have bottomed out previously. Look at this. Late 2020, basically bottomed out, and then look what happened. Blammo. Early 2021, wild altcoin season. Similarly, mid 2023 bottomed out, and then we had a great altcoin run for a little while, of course, but very, very seasonal approach you can see there. Second Solana ETF approved in Brazil. Can't remember if we covered this the other day or not, but crazy. America comes out and says, Solana could be a security, so we can't do an ETF for that. Whereas Brazil's like, yo, let's get a second one. Let's go. Blockworks research here. Cool little bit of research piece on AI. The crypto AI space is in its infancy with few protocols generating material revenue. Despite this, the sector has been one of the best performing crypto asset classes this year. Recently, of course, everything's been down, but look at AI pump early this year. That's the blue line on the chart here. Some of the biggest returns in the space are RWA, real world assets, also doing incredibly, incredibly well. The AI supply chain consists of three main prongs: data, computing, and machine learning models. Some of the best performing AI coins year to date from each of these three categories can be seen below. So we can see one of the biggest winners here, NOS. I don't know what the heck is NOS, NOS. Anyway, we also see AOS being a big winner. That was one that came out in 2021. Had a big initial rally and took a while to get their tech's out. People are excited about it. Things are happening. And you can see a lot of others had crazy runs here as well. Fetch and Render, etc. So big performance on AI coins. And I think when risk attitudes really ramp up again for altcoins, AI coins have a great potential to outperform once again as well. Also, watch out for those rebrands. Now, I'm an investor in Frontier. So you can see my full portfolio disclosures as always down below in the YouTube description, pinned comment over on X. You'll find all my portfolio there, my current holdings, my venture sales, OTC deals, whatever. It's all there. Anyway, Frontier rebranding to self-chain. So going from just being a wallet token, which is okay, to being its own blockchain. That's pretty interesting. Usually these rebrands can be relatively bullish events. You get a new chart, you get some new excitement, you get all the big exchanges talking it up. So perhaps an event to watch out for if risk attitudes continue here in the market. By the way, smoking chicken fish is up today, guys. My smoking chicken fish bags. Here's some lady getting brothized. You know, you got to give it to the smoking chicken fish guys, man. They're doing good on the memes. I mean, that shit's funny. That shit's pretty funny, man. Like, seriously. Anyway, smoking chicken fish. So many funny memes out there these days. You got to love it. Gotta love it. Okay. Hey, and real quick, guys, if you are a cryptocurrency trader, check out Bybit. There's a link down below. Now, there's a special limited time promotion going on here. So in addition, when you use that link down below in the description, in addition to the usual, $500 free trade, whether that be for a Bitcoin trade, Ethereum trade, Pepe, whatever, you're also going to get this. And this is only available for the next 2 days. Basically, you deposit $100 or more. You just deposit $100 and you're going to get 150,000 dogs tokens. Okay. That's currently worth about $450. So that's like a pretty crazy deal currently going, not available for the US and the UK. Sorry, guys. But for basically everybody else, if it's something you want to check out, link down below in the description. You take advantage of that opportunity. Thanks for using the link, of course, if you do that. So let's talk crypto coins, guys. What do we got today to hydrate with? We got a nice old bottle of the old briny Vichy Catalan. Ooh. Mong man, what's up, man? Nice to see you. ETH dropped like an altcoin. Is that currently? Well, it was a pretty bad sell-off. I think ETH got hit pretty bad, specifically because of Jump Crypto dumping $500 million of ETH when the market was getting crushed. Thanks, Jump. Hi, Lark. Could you please tell us Phantom holders will get Sonic token automatically when Phantom migrates Sonic blockchain? I will get back to you on that. I would imagine if you have your Phantom on a centralized exchange, they're going to do it immediately for you. I don't know if there's going to have to be some kind of claim or migration going on. Usually they just drop those to you straight away. And so you don't have to click on scammy links and stuff like this. But it's still a little ways out for that to happen. So keep an eye out for it. It's coming. More details closer to the time. Satoshi Hashimoto, great to see you live. I'm also in New Zealand. Nice. Hoping to eat one day for a few beers and talk coins. I never got around to having a meetup. Gosh darn, just having kids, man. We had the COVID thing, which nobody could really do anything for a long time. And then having kids is basically taking away all my evenings because we don't have any help here. So that's part of the reason we're moving to Dubai. Not that we're going to have much help there, although we might get some domestic help. That's a different story. But at least we're much closer to grandma. Grandma can come down all the time versus where she's never even visited us here because I was 30 hours away. It's too far and I need a visa and all this crap. And at least from there, it's only a 6-hour flight for her to come down, hang out. We've already got her booked in. But anyway, not going to be in New Zealand much longer. I'm coming back to New Zealand. Love New Zealand. Big fan. But for a while, I think it's time to go have an adventure. Lark, are you bullish on Fetch? In terms of AI coins, look, I don't know enough about Fetch to say I'm specifically bullish on Fetch, but when AI coins start trending again, I think it's well positioned for doing well. What's your smallest cap coin hold? I'm not even sure. I don't know. Go look at my portfolio. I'm not sure which one's technically the smallest. There's definitely a few that are like single digit $1 million market cap coins though. So we'll see how those go. Lark, if every single job report's been lower revision, doesn't that invalidate the SOM rule? The SOM rule was about unemployment, not about total job numbers, right? So there you go. Up Only says, you ever place bets on Polymarket? I've not got around to it yet. That being said, we're going to do a Polymarket tutorial, whatever, next week, I think. Jump went up to a faster horse, Solana. Yeah. Ethereum bags, man. Why is your screen quality not clear? Sometimes it might just be the buffering locally, or for me or for you locally. DeFi is looking good right now. What do you think is driving it? It could just be as simple as people having a return to sort of more fundamentally based coins. I mean, a lot of the big DeFi coins, right? Let's just go over a few, like Aave and Maker, for example. They're basically mostly emitted, if not fully emitted. Not positive on those, but pretty close, let's say. So fully diluted values, the value approximately, are close enough compared to some of the new DeFi coins that are like, okay, 3% float versus like $25 billion market cap. You're just going to get dumped on infinitely, right? Like Lido, great example, right? Some people, seed investors, right, made a great amount of money off Lido. But if you'd bought Lido Finance 2 years ago, it's worth the same thing that it is today, or even 4 or 3 years ago, whatever. It's worth the same that it is today. That's because, in spite of the market cap going up a few $1 billion, so many new tokens have come into the market that if you bought, you've kind of been just, your price has been suppressed continually. And it's a governance token. There's not really any need for it, right? Lido token is just a token. Uniswap, if they ever turn on fee sharing, then Uniswap actually becomes an interesting investment, in my opinion. Until then, it's a useless governance token. So the difference with something like Uniswap, which could pump just because people are like, it's DeFi season, let's all buy this crappy Uniswap governance token. But something like Aave and MakerDAO, real revenues flowing back to token holders. They're both going through big tokenomic shakeups and all kinds of huge updates coming, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We just had a report on Maker. Was that last week? In the Wealth Mastery newsletter report. Go sign up to the newsletter if you're not signed up to the newsletter yet. We also have one on Sundog this week, just for anybody who's curious. Other DeFi, I mean, look, there's so many DeFi protocols. You get down the list real fast. And I think there's a conversation to be had about sort of DeFi betas on big chains, right? Like I've got my biggest DeFi bags right now are Jupiter, Aerodrome, and Trader Joe. Chainlink, I guess that's kind of DeFi too, but let's just say exchange DeFi, right? Things that actually have revenue models. And Trader Joe is probably one of my favorite ones in terms of the revenue model because you stake their coins and you get USDC, real cash money back, right? Whereas like Aerodrome's great. I mean, we're farming truckloads of that, man, and it's great. And it's been a good time. However, it's huge inflation for the Aero token. And it's paid out in Aero, which, is not as stable as getting USDC payouts, for example. So there's that. Jupiter's been pretty good so far, good staking. Rumors at some point that they'll turn on the fee switch, but that may not be until next cycle. The developers behind it said they want to grow Jupiter 10x bigger than it is right now before they think about turning on the fee switch, which long-term potential investment, very interesting. But still, if I see Jupiter get up to $10, I'm out. Thanks for the money. Peace. It's been good. I'll rebuy you in the bear market. Those DeFi coins, unlike most of the crap in this market. I mean, think about the let's just for, I was thinking about this earlier, and it's just so unjust believably dumb sometimes to think about how this market actually operates. Let me share a screen with you guys here real quick. Okay. Here we go. So let's find them here. Here's Uniswap. Why is Uniswap number 22 with a $4 billion market cap? Doesn't make any sense. The token's absolutely useless. Okay, here we go. Pepe. Perfect example. Pepe is worth $3.2 billion today. Pepe. Pepe's a funny frog meme. I'm not discounting that, okay? But it's a frog meme. That's it. That's it. It's just a frog meme. Okay, now where are we at? Let's keep going down here before we find one of our bit. Aave, all the way down here at number 38, $2 billion market cap. So the market cap of Pepe's 50% bigger than Aave, which is one of the biggest protocols in decentralized finance with real revenues. Okay. Sure. MakerDAO, look at this. Half the market cap of Pepe. $1.8 billion. Again, one of the biggest protocols in all of DeFi with real revenues and a real business model and a real reason to exist. Obviously, the play here for both Aave and MakerDAO should be to change their names, and should be Maker should turn into Frog Maker. Great. And I can just put a frog logo up there. And then Aave can turn into Ghost Dog, because like Ave's ghost, right? So it can turn into Ghost Dog. Then they're gonna pump. People will be like, oh, I don't know, something Ghost Dog is funny. Ha 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 ha. Oh, by the way, I guess they do something. That's the state of the markets. You guys might think it's funny, but you also know it's true, which is even more depressing. Bitcoin is dumping. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Guys, we need to rework our terminology here. This is not dumping. This is not whatever that is. That is not dumping. We're currently down on the day. We are down 1%, 1.3. This is not dumping. Bitcoin's fine. We're okay. Lark, any updates on Polkadot 2.0? Can't find any updates on their Twitter page. No, nothing right now. It's coming. And as I said before, got a nice Polkadot bag, right? My one fear is that they don't roll out Polkadot 2.0 soon enough, like they didn't roll out Parachain soon enough, and they come too late in the cycle. Polkadot, let's go. Come on. Somebody get Gavin some coffee, man. This guy's got to do some more coding. Let's hope one day fundamentals become more important than memes. Just shows how early we still are, perhaps. People just love speculation, man. Lark, please be careful of that humongous bottle. I'd hate to see you hurt and harm and cut your number of tabs in half. We were close, but now it's dumping. Just rejection from the 50-day EMA. Nothing too exciting at the moment, to be honest. Just it is what it is. Lark, have you started unbonding your dot bag yet? I have. It's going to take another 3 weeks or something like that. But then I've got the flexibility. I don't know. Part of me thinks like, I should maybe do something with that. But you know what I might do? I might actually go and take it over and put it into something like Bifrost. And then I've got liquid staking tokens that are not going to have this month withdrawal period, right? So I've thought about that. BlockFi customers getting back the remainder of their money over the next month and a half or so. I'll be dumping mine back into Brett. Good. Brett. Love Brett. Got a bag. Larky, still bullish on Axelar? Yes and no. I don't know. I've gone back and forth on it. Great technology. Definitely doing awesome stuff. But I feel like, man, I also really need to consolidate my portfolio down a little bit. I've got too many damn coins. I still have 20 altcoins, right? Axelar being one of them, which is currently in nice profits. I don't know. I have not sold it yet. I am unstaking it, which takes a month. And then I'll think about it. I don't know. Is it just me, or does Bitcoin and Ethereum's price spike when the value of the dollar falls? It's not just you. We have a video coming on that tonight. Okay, check it out. You're exactly right. Can't tell what was large with the red candle in your bottle. Lark, I lost so much money in altcoins. Now I see everyone making tons of money on memes. Makes me think that I should sell my alts for memes. Can't tell you what to do with your money. I want to tell you this. One, that people definitely make money on memes, 100%. And you can, if you have extra cash, for example, not financial advice, but you can take a little bit of money and speculate on memes. Don't go too much into memes. Memes are super volatile. Most people lose most of their money. And the people bragging on social media about making all kinds of money, insiders, bags from the teams, whatever, a lot of stuff goes on. Okay. So be careful around that idea. But also, depending on what altcoins you're holding, I mean, never be afraid to sell an altcoin at a loss. Okay. Some people get so wedded to this, like, oh, it's down 50%, so I can't sell it. I've sunk cost fallacy. I got to get it back. Sometimes, whatever, it's failed for whatever reason. It's not coming back. It's important to keep in mind. A lot of these things just don't make it, right? So sometimes you got to cut your losses and move on. Now, I don't know. Maybe you're like, you bought some AVAX at $50 and now it's 25 or whatever. And you're thinking, God, I should have put us all memes. And, just again, if I was in such a situation, I would look and go, well, AVAX is solid and it's probably going to do really well. So I've got a more likely path to returns versus speculating in the meme coin casino, because meme coins are a casino and the odds are stacked heavily against you. Lark, any opinions on Precipitate AI? No idea. Never heard of it. Can't wait for Red Timber. Red Timber. You guys remember that Sean Connery movie, The Hunt for Red October? He was like the most Scottish Russian submarine captain ever. Gosh, Radanya. Lark, I don't think I can sell my Joe this cycle. Me and him are best friends. I know. The funny thing is, it'll be talking about Trader Joe. Trader Joe's one of the biggest centralized exchanges on Arbitrum and on Avalanche. Start off in Avalanche, expand to multi-chain. But anyway, the thing with Trader Joe is when the market really starts pumping, the USDC APY is going to rocket, man. It's going to be like 30% or some crap like that. You're going to be sitting there looking at it, just like, I'm a genius. I'm going to get so rich. But as soon as the bear market comes, those APYs are going to go down to like single digits. They're going to go back down to like 2 or 3% because no one's going to be using decentralized exchanges. There are very few people for that bear market period. And if you have a chance to sell it for $5 or $10, right? What I'm thinking, if it goes up to $5, I'm like, all right, peace out, Trader Joe. Been a great time. Thanks for all the free money over the years, but time to cash in. Lark, drop the old coins. Yeah, I know. Justin, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Ghost again, 4-year cycles. Lark, as much hate as there is on Cardano, they have the best staking in the industry. Do you think the timing of the fork could be key to a solid pump? We're actually going to do a video. I think it's going to come out like Monday or Tuesday next week on the Chang hard fork. So look, I know we tease Cardano, okay, and I think that, again, based on the Cardano, no, I swear we're not trying to trash Cardano every video, guys. Based on the metrics, we're like $2 million a day decentralized exchange volume, $200 million total value locked. Like, these are shocking statistics for number 11 on CoinMarketCap. It's crazy. So there's that. But will the Chang hard fork change the game? Will it be the catalyst that Cardano needs to have massive success and take on Solana and take on Tron and take on Ton and take on Avalanche? Time will tell. They got a hard road ahead of them, though. I'll tell you that. But can there be a buy the rumor, sell the news around that? I don't know. I feel like, are people even talking about it that much? I'm not sure. If the DXY falls under 100, Bitcoin's going to rally hard. And it's almost under 100. We're right on the edge. Lark, is it okay to swap coins to USDC on my Ledger wallet? Are the fees high? No, the fees aren't very high. I mean, it depends. If you're using main chain Ethereum and you're using Uniswap and it's like peak market mania, you might be spending a couple $100 per transaction. So the fees from the gas perspective can be high. But in terms of fees for just the swap fees, they're really, really low. Use Curve Finance for even better. If you're like, if you're doing a couple $100 or $1,000 or something like that, you're gonna be fine on Uniswap. If you're doing like 6 or 7 figure swaps, you're gonna want to go over to Curve Finance. Otherwise, you're gonna see some pretty bad slippage. Okay, speaking from experience. So where are we up to? Neo's. Oh my gosh, somebody's mentioning Neo. Holy crap! Are they still out there? I haven't thought about Neo since, I don't know, probably last time somebody asked about this ages ago. Man, used to be the big thing. Used to be a big thing. Now it's not anymore. Lark, all the altcoins are a casino. Let's be real. I'd say a lot of the altcoins are a highly speculative thing. I'd say meme coins are much more casino-like, right? But when it comes to investing in fundamentally strong altcoins, they exist. There are things that have real revenues for token holders and stuff like that. The problem is not a lot of them and a lot of misaligned incentives and all the rest of it, right? So I would not agree that all altcoins are a casino, but I would say that definitely a lot of them are very, very much just rising and falling based on speculation, not on fundamentals. And you'll see actually that coins that have stronger fundamentals don't always perform as well as the ones that just have hype. Again, back to our Pepe, Maker, Aave example. Like, how the heck and what reality are Maker and Aave worth less than Pepe? Make it make sense. In fact, both of them combined, I think, are worth slightly less than Pepe or around there. Like, geez Louise, man. Greetings from Melbourne. I appreciate you bringing me through every morning workout. What's up, man? Welcome to your morning. Not only making gains in gym, but capital gains, though, too. Nice, nice. Glad to hear it, man. Lark, any thoughts on Tron's latest Sun Pump run? Again, we got Sundog in the newsletter this week, so make sure you guys check that out. Look, with Sun Pump, you got to keep it real, man. There's still meme coins, just meme coins on Tron, right? So it's not to say that they're going to be dramatically better. There's already been plenty of rug pulls and all the rest of the BS, you know, and there's going to continue to be that. However, top leaders like Sundog, for example, might, just because Justin Sun's behind it and he has more money and he knows what to do with, is probably going to pump. Not financial advice, not saying to go out and buy it or anything like that, just speculating on what could happen due to the influence of one of the crypto industry's most powerful whales, Justin Sun. Lark, still possible to turn 10K to 100K this cycle? I would say yes, if you're in, you know, the right coins, right? Let's catch up to the latest. If ICP is the only chain running AI programs on the blockchain, will it be a front runner in the AI narrative? In theory, it would probably catch on. Will they? I don't know. We are seeing a lot of like Carve, one that I'm in. Again, see my private sale disclosures. They're doing gaming and AI data layer stuff, right? So that could be another narrative for that. But in terms of ICP being the one running directly on chain AI programs, it's certainly interesting. Certainly interesting. We covered that news when it happened. And look, I'm not, you know, that in tune with what's going on with ICP, but it was pretty cool news when it happened. And if they can continue to catalyze that and get some real AI use cases going on beyond just saying, hey, look at this cool pilot program or test use case, then it can take off. But you got to see some big builders come, some big names actually show up, or some protocols that aren't big names yet, but can be and become big names, actually going over there and building and using that technology. So the hype alone might help it catch on a little bit, but beyond that, yeah. No opinion on Jasmine. Don't sleep on Say and Sway. Say and Sway! Competitors to the Solana narrative, of course. Both of them have a lot of work to do. Stay away from VC coins. That's basically all of them. Very, very few coins have had no VC involvement. Very few coins. Depends on what level of VC interest and how predatory the VCs have been on pushing their sort of own favorable tokenomics positions and stuff like this. There's that. Thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Oh, we did one or two more here, guys, and then we'll finish up for today. Lark, how do you get to invest in private sales like off the grid? Well, because of my position in the industry, I get offered all kinds of stuff all the time. I say no to the vast majority of it. You can, and this is the thing I've said before, it's easier for someone like me. Like I get approached, right? I don't have to approach. I've got agents that I know and whatever that connect me with people, and there's that sort of whole thing going on. But if you find a very early stage coin or protocol, and I've been invested in off the grid since like 2022, man. Like I was a very early believer in what they were doing. I saw the early demos. I talked to the team. I figured out what was going on. I was like, yes, 100%. Let me get in this. This is gonna be awesome. And actually, I doubled down this year by buying a bunch of nodes as well. So I doubled my investment there. But most regular investors don't really get the opportunity to get into pre-sales like that. Now, there are certain protocols, these launch pads and stuff that, and these are like lottery systems that let you get in. But one way that you can actually try to get early allocations to coins, and not saying you can do this for off the grid, I think they're way too late stage for this, but one way you can actually get involved is by being involved, right? So, for example, there's regular ambassadorship programs, and tell you what, ambassadorship programs, they're given to just regular people 99% of the time. They're not given out to big influencers and stuff like this. And sometimes they approach big influencers, but usually the ambassador programs are just given out to regular people who kind of like become super community members, and you do stuff in the Discord, you host local meetups or whatever. And then you end up getting potentially able to invest in the private sale, or they'll give you some kind of allocation from the team bucket or whatever. Like there's ways, but you got to hustle for it. It doesn't just fall into your lap, right? So if you're just a regular investor, you got to work a bit harder for these things, but there are opportunities out there. Jackson Hole, it's coming. What's Jerome gonna do to us this week? 10K to deploy now. What should I invest in? The coins that you research yourself and believe in and have conviction in. Don't just go and ask me or any other influencer or any other content creator. Or you're going to go over to X after this conversation. You're going to scroll for 5 minutes and hear some, I don't know, cartoon dog or something saying like, I just bought this coin. That's almost a guaranteed way for you to lose money, man. You have got to go and figure it out for yourself. You got to do the research yourself. You got to put in the work. Okay. $10,000 is a lot of money to a lot of people, man. So don't just gamble it all away. Take your time, figure it out, right? Don't take wild risks. You have to do your own research. I've seen people make comments. I get blown away. I might mention them for like 2 minutes on a video, like, oh, Lark, I invested in because you mentioned it on a video one time for 2 minutes. Like, oh my gosh, what are you guys doing? It's crazy. So you got to go do your own research, man. I know that's not the sexy answer. I know you'd much rather me do, well, go buy this coin, and this coin. You'll 10x your money. Doesn't work like that. You know, it doesn't work like that. Okay. 50% in Bitcoin to start. Yeah, it is always good to have a little bit of Bitcoin in your portfolio. You know, that feels good. Feels good to have a bit of Bitcoin just sitting there. I do like that. You know, so it's definitely something. If you're a beginner and you're just looking to get started, learn about Bitcoin first. I know there's all this other crap going on, and you're going to be enticed by the seduction of the dream of putting $1,000 into a meme coin and turning it into $20 million the next day, like one dude did with Sundog. But most people are not going to have that happen. Most people are going to lose all that money in 24 hours. Guys, thanks so much for joining today's stream. I love you. I'll see you back tomorrow for the last stream of the week, of course. And watch out for tonight's video on the DXY. Super interesting information. Check it out. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye.